Welcome to Ante Up, XXL's podcast where the hip-hop and sports worlds collide. The XXL staff, along with key members of the hip-hop community, will be getting listeners caught up on all the major sports news from the past week and take a look at the upcoming games ahead. You'll never know who may stop by in this week's episode. This is hip-hop on a higher level.
Yo. Welcome to Ante Up, XXL. This is one of my favorite episodes there right now, man. Y'all gotta sit down, listen to this. It's as always, it's me, Manny.
It's Roger, and we got a special guest in the building today.
Super special guest, super special.
Right.
Smoke DZA in the building.
Smoke DZA in the building.
I wish I could light up in this motherfucker.
You
I'd
and me
just
both.
made mad smoking noises that wouldn't even have said my name.
You and me both, man. We got the fries popping right now. Y'all can't see it.
Good buffalo fries or whatever these are. You know, I don't eat chicken no more, so this is like eating chicken, but not really.
These fries are amazing. So don't mind the rumblings back here. But I think we got to start off first because everybody got the news a couple of days ago. The living legend, Bret Hart, he announced that he's diagnosed with cancer, and that shit was crazy because just like, yo, this man really, to me, is one of the best wrestlers of all time, man. There's so many memories. I remember I was playing, I always chose him and Randy Savage, when I had the Super Nintendo WrestleMania game. Shit was fucking lit, man. That shit was so amazing.
I know what game you're talking about, too.
And I'm like, I had that. That was like probably like the third game I bought. And I bought it at Blockbuster. Y'all niggas don't know what Blockbuster is. I'm sorry for y'all too young, man.
Niggas don't know what Millennials don't know what Blockbuster is.
I don't think they know what Blockbuster is, man. I don't think they know what Blockbuster is.
What are they on? Fandango?
They probably do Fandango.
What's the new thing?
Redbox.
Redbox.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. I'm from the Blockbusters. What they have? Funko Land for the games.
Yep.
You know, that era. But,
Man.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I bought the WrestleMania in Blockbuster. You have like $10 little boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I these are throwaways. Like no one's playing Super Nintendo. My poor ass. Hell yeah, I'm playing Super Nintendo. That's the newest thing to me right now. So I grabbed a whole bunch, and that was one of the games in there. Changed my life, man.
Yeah. Great video game, man. Great video game.
But the man, I hope he pulls through. But I just want to. What's your favorite Bret Hart memory? Like, what do you remember? Remember the first time you seen him?
And hold on. And reason why we got the Kush God in here?
Yeah.
Because he's the wrestling guy. Hollywood DZA, I call him.
Yeah, Hollywood
DZA's in the building.
I'm in here, you know, for the good guys that do wrestling in the hip hop community, you know, I happen to be one of the elite that actually know about it. For real. But Bret Hart is either you love him or you love to hate him. And that's why he was such a good wrestler. Because he could be the perfect good guy or the perfect bad guy. And I think my favorite Bret Hart moment was towards the end of his WWE tenure when he was heel and they was doing the Hart Foundation with Owen and Bulldog and the Anvil and Brian Pillman.
It was like the Canada team, right?
Team Canada.
Yeah, Team Canada.
And I liked that Bret Hart. Because he was aggressive and he still was like a baby about it, you know, because he was a whiner. He was somebody that will whine because he knew he was so good, but he will have to, you know, I guess, job to Shawn Michaels, which he probably had no problem with, but it's just, you know, it wasn't what he stood for. But yeah, that was my favorite Bret Hart moment. Just that time right there, fighting Austin.
Yeah.
Fucking
that what was it? The Iron Man match with Austin.
Yeah, you know, like. That's my favorite era of Bret Hart.
Do you feel like around that time, I remember Bret the Hitman Hart was catching a lot of backlash because Shawn Michaels was coming in as that, and then Stone Cold was out at that time. And, you know, we were becoming
Stone Cold.
Yeah, we were becoming, as wrestling fans, we were becoming attracted to the bad guys after that. Because for Bret the Hitman Hart, I feel like from 90 to 95, it was all Bret. It was all pink and black.
Yeah.
All pink and black. Obviously, Hogan was dealing with the bullshit on the side, too.
Hogan was in and out.
Yeah.
He was just in the stage of his rebuilding his character, legacy, whatever. So he was kind of like, and he was WCW, so that was like, you know, offspring to where we grew up on. But yeah, I mean, Bret, it was all Bret from like 90 to 96 maybe. Juggle with Shawn Michaels and Razor.
Yeah.
And you know, Diesel, because
Yeah.
they was all like fighting for the belt like back to back. But I don't know, man. Like Bret could be number one on a lot of people's list, but you know, for some people it's different. Like me, he's not number one.
Right.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's top 3,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard for me to put him over my guy.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
fucked up.
He
As a
keep
wrestler,
repping the shirt, too.
yeah, you know, as a wrestler, Bret is he very well
the best.
could be number one as a wrestler. But then you know you'll have that Shawn Michaels argument.
Right.
But Shawn Michaels wasn't as technical as Bret, so that's where Bret might have the over. But Bret wasn't as aerial with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, no.
You know,
Absolutely.
so it's like you know a gift and a curse. But
It was like when Bret would crack the mic, people would be like, you know, like that was the only issue that I had with Bret was just that whole
Microphone skills.
Yeah, microphone skills were not.
see, I liked him when he went heel. 'Cause
Yeah.
microphone skills.
Exactly.
It was like
It's
he
always-
wanted to get booed.
Exactly.
So it didn't even matter at that point.
Yeah.
Microphone singles always get better when you bad. Like it's
Yeah.
just always better. Like that's why I love the DX. Like they were on fire when they were bad because
But
Triple
they
H.
actually funny motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what made it more interesting, probably, because
Like-
clowns.
Yeah, exactly. So like it was. I loved him when he was bad, dog. I was just like with the shades walking down. I was just like, dog. When he knocked out Vince McMahon, like
Yeah.
that shit was crazy. Like I was just like, this guy's a fucking psychopath. And then his family, like I truly believe. I hope ESPN is listening to this, or somebody who works there. They need a 30 for 30 on the Hart Foundation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like that family is so fascinating. Like, dog, like
They need to all be inducted into the WWE
Oh,
Hall of Fame
for real,
together.
yeah.
exactly.
Not just Owen. Like Owen, Brad, Bulldog,
Stu.
Stu. You know, the whole family should get.
They were
inducted.
great they were great when they were on top. It was just like great TV.
Yeah. They was like similar to the Von Erichs, but Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I would say their lineage might be better than the Von Erichs because it lasted longer.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of kids don't even know who the Von Erichs are. You know, so that's why the Hart Foundation should be in the Hall of Fame.
I was trying to see like sharpshooter, rank it up there with the best finishers. It's up there for me. I mean, when I saw it, I'm like, is it? I think it's better than the.
Submissions?
Yeah, I'm like, is it better than Y2J?
Lion Tamer,
Dog.
Walls of Jericho.
Walls
I
of
like
Jericho.
the Lion
The Walls
Tamer
of Jericho. Oh, yeah, the Lion
I
Tamer.
love-
better than the Walls of Jericho because that's just like a sloppy Boston crab.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Sheik did that shit back in the day.
Iron Sheik had the camel clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
camel
shit
clutch
was
was
like-
crazy.
His shit is like Rusev. You know, like Rusev is
Yeah.
like, you know, they recreating all these characters from back then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will put that up there.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter's
It was
up
just,
there.
it just when he starts it, it just like, oh my god, it was like, it was like a touchdown pass. It just felt like the lights was blinking. It was just like sharpshooter. Oh god, oh god.
See, why I fuck with it is because he had a different way to put you in the sharpshooter from any angle.
Mm-hmm.
Like he might do it from the ropes. He might y'all both might be laying down, no homo, on y'all back, and how he did Mr. Perfect.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That was like, that's what made me fuck with the sharpshooter. Like, wait, what is he doing? They both on their back, knocked out, and he's putting the sharpshooter on. Like, you just see his legs moving. It's just like, and it's like, oh shit. But I think it's either the sharpshooter, the Rings of Saturn,
yeah,
Perry Saturn,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
wow.
yeah.
Or the Cripple Lacrosse.
Cripple
face.
Lacrosse
Oh,
face,
Chris
amazing.
Benoit, yeah.
It's between those three as the best finisher. Because when you look at all three of those moves, it's like excruciating pain.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more pain with the Rings of Saturn and the Cripple Lacrosse face than the sharpshooter.
Cripple Lacrosse face was crazy. Like Chris Benoit, legit. He's like a lunatic. He would come down here with a forearm, smack you, and then it's over.
And then it's
just
over.
like, I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
It's over. And when he holds it, and he just got his head back.
It looks like it hurts.
I'm like, dog, that shit looks crazy.
You know what's one submission though that during like the 95 mid 90s that I always remember that Bret used to get a crossface chicken wing by Bob Backlund.
Oh, that was another one.
That's
Yes.
Bob Backlund executed that well
Woo.
because it looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Any move that looks like it hurt is a legit move.
Definitely.
You know, the moves that just look like, man, I can get out of this. Like,
Yeah.
he don't even look like he got this shit gripped in. it's like a lot of wrestlers don't sell it enough anymore
Exactly.
to the kids. Because I knew when we was growing up watching shit like that, it was like you kind of believed that they was in pain.
Exactly.
You know, like not saying wrestling is like flat out fake because these niggas have real injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know, they can sell it better. Some wrestlers.
That's why it wasn't too big when I first saw Ken Shamrock wrestle the first time. He did the ankle lock.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I wasn't too big on that. I was just like, he's not even putting no pressure on. He just like it's more just like him.
Yeah, but that shit hurt though.
Yeah, no, if you
You
really
ever put a
do
nigga
it,
in ankle? You ever been put an ankle out before?
You really
that
do
motherfucker hurt.
That shit will really break. That shit
Like even trying to get out that shit ain't. Every time you try to do something with that other leg, a nigga just crank that bitch up
Yeah.
even tighter. Fuck your ankle up even more. Bro.
Yeah,
Have you guys been on a sharpshooter before?
yeah.
Man, I used to be wrestling as a kid. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
I done been in and put people in those moves. So it's like, you know,
Sharpshooter, Walter Jericho, couple
Yeah,
of
all
cross
that.
face.
camel clutch.
Yeah.
Boston crabs.
A figure
I
four
done
leg
seen
lock.
niggas fall asleep for real.
Yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah. I remember in like 8th grade, my man Jay, he got put in the fucking chokehold.
With the Taz bitch and shit? That Taz shit was crazy. I remember-
Not even. That was another. That
Taz
was
shit
another
was
one.
crazy.
Taz was another one.
Because that's a real legit move. Like in real life.
He got put in a Taz-like move without his arm being in the air.
Oh.
And he fell asleep and pissed on himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was like that wasn't a good moment in his life, but yeah, that was some bullshit.
I remember one of my resolutions was that me and my brother always, Bret the Him and Hart was the man, obviously us growing up. And one of my resolutions as a young boy was not to get in a sharpshooter from my older brother. And I swear to God, it never happened after I made that resolution. I was like, never happening again.
Dog, it was just so swag, man, when he did it. It was just like, this dude just cooling.
Nah, he made it look good. He
Like-
made it look better than Sting's version. The
Yeah,
Scorpion
exactly.
flip flop.
Exactly. It was just like, it was a whole different level. Just like, dog, the world just stopped. It was like this dude just got the, like, it was just everything cool about it.
The Texas Cloverleaf was another good move too.
That was another,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Dean Malenko.
That was a really good one.
Another one.
Dog, I just remember being put in a,
And honestly, wearing the pink at that time too was
crazy. I wanted to,
was doing
Very
that.
fashion forward.
Yeah.
You know, shit. Somebody from Harlem fucking made that very, very cool. So, you know, that for Bret Hart to be doing that before was even fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, right?
Man.
That was crazy.
Shit, and the shades and all that.
Shades was cool.
His commercials were fire too. Like he had commercials at one point that the little kids were like looking at him like, yo, he was like the wrestling god at one point.
Yeah,
Like
he
for
was.
real.
He was.
And isn't he like a sneakerhead and like a hip hop fan?
Yeah.
'Cause I remember he put like straight out of the straight out of Compton
Yeah.
little things. He put straight out of Canada with his family. I heard him one time like name dropping Drake.
his son's
his son's.
a big hip hop fan, so I'm sure they keep him in tune with what's
Yeah.
going on.
So I remember reading. So I was reading some articles. It was like he came to his Hall of Fame joint with Jordans on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's fire, dog.
Yeah. Hogan is another one that
Yeah.
collect Jordans and shit. He got a crazy
Which
Jordan
is crazy.
collection. Yeah.
I know
tight.
we spoke like I remember speaking with Smoke around the time that the whole controversy with Hulk was going down and I know you gave me a great response. You know, I want to hear that. You know, can you talk about that, man?
I mean,
Your
I
whole
still
thoughts.
feel the same way. I mean, it's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. Racism is definitely alive. I mean, I can't even get into the political conversation with that. But with Hogan, it's like, you know, he made a mistake. Everybody does it. He actually got caught. He got filmed making a mistake. You know, it's not like he went on national television and was on his fuck these niggas. You know, it was like, you know, he talking to his son on a jail phone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, nonetheless, it's not something that I agree with him doing, but how long could you hold it against him? You know, that shit exists in wrestling as it is anyway. You know, that's like something that a lot of people don't say, but it's like something that everyone knows. Kind of like the whatchamacallit in the room. What would they call it?
Elephant in the room.
Elephant in
Yeah.
the room. Wrestlers that's African American don't really get that push. It's not the sport for African Americans. Not to say that African Americans don't enjoy doing it and don't have success, because then people will be like, The Rock is African American, but then some people are arguing and be like, well, he's Samoan, he don't really count, But it's like, come on, he's black.
Yeah.
But just in traditionally, it's not for African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to Hogan, I forgive him.
Yeah.
Come on, it's Hulk Hogan.
Somebody came up too and
like,
was like, fuck, I want to say, I don't want to get this wrong, but I want to say it was either Booker T, but there was a black wrestler who was like, this is not Hogan. Like, Hogan is not racist.
Booker T.
Yeah, it was Booker T, right?
Booker T,
He was like, Hogan's not racist. I knew him all my life. Like, that's my brother.
He was just upset. I mean, it was his daughter that he was referring to as the person that was dealing with whoever he was talking about. And it's like, that it was a reaction that probably was aggravated. He might have been on whatever he might have been on. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got skeletons. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you can't really delete his legacy.
Yeah, man.
And what he's done for every race. How he made everybody feel, just based on his comments with one thing.
Right.
It's fucked up, but
do you think we'll ever, like, WWE will, like, go back and kind of, like...
They have to.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the Freebirds wore Confederate flag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't hide that. Mm-hmm. Michael P.S. Hayes still works for WWE right now. They're probably going to induct him this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, when you think of shit like that, it's always been subliminals. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and they let worse people back in. Yeah. Why wouldn't they let the Babe Ruth of the sport back in the sport? Yeah.
He took him there. Like,
he took him there. You can't delete his legacy.
That. Yeah, I wouldn't know what WWF was for Hulk Hogan. Like, he was an icon. Like,
he was the Michael Jordan of that.
Exactly.
That's like trying to be like, say Michael Jordan don't exist, and you just talking about Steph Curry and LeBron and these things.
Exactly.
Like Hogan came, he started that. It's still people that go to these shows that's dressed like Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
Dressed like the Macho Man. These people left a fucking a presence in the sport that could never be matched. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I don't feel like 20 years from now people are going to be dressed like John Cena in the crowd.
Nah.
Nah. And I respect the fuck out of John Cena because I think he's great for wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's not Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan sold vitamins, raincoats, dolls, toys, movies, like socks,
TV shows,
sports drinks,
all that.
Exactly.
TV shows, whatever you wanted. Like, he had it all, and we all bought into it. So I mean, you gotta forgive, man.
Yeah,
you gotta forgive.
Speaking about Cena, so I was watching SummerSlam, not SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and man, I was loving it until the ending. I was just like, God damn it, Triple H. I fucking love you, but it's 2016. You should not be champion. And I think the best thing, I've been saying this for the past year, they need to turn Cena. They need to turn Cena.
All right, now look. Now you turn Cena, who's left to be the biggest face of the company?
I think Cena would do what to WWE, what Hogan did to WCW.
Okay. Well, when Hogan turned a heel in WCW, you still had Macho, you still had Sting, you still had Luger. You had people that could fill his position as the face. Mm-hmm. So if Cena goes heel, we have no Daniel Bryan. Yeah, we have Roman Reigns. We're not sold on him.
Yeah. We don't believe it.
CM Punk is,
no one believes it, but Vince and Triple H.
Yeah.
CM Punk is fucking.
CM Punk is gone, but CM Punk isn't a traditional good guy. Yeah. Neither is Dean Ambrose. Neither is Randy Orton. Neither is Randy Orton.
That's
not
my boy.
To say that they don't do Make-A-Wish and all of that, but John Cena is the gullible Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
You can't. Everybody we name, you can't see on a Fruity Pebble box. Fruity Pebble box.
That's
you can see.
That's a good argument.
That's a good argument. John Cena, you can't turn him. See, but I like the ending, the finish of Royal Rumble. I'll tell you why. Who else do you have win the Royal Rumble that people hate? You're not gonna get that reaction. Like if they would have been, if the last two would have been Ambrose and Roman Reigns, we're cheering for Ambrose. Mm-hmm. That means Roman lost already. So he's not a heel, he's a face. Yeah. You put Sheamus in there, they probably gonna cheer for Sheamus too.
Really?
I don't personally fuck with Sheamus.
I can't stand Sheamus.
I would boo both of them. I would boo the fucking whole building.
I think
but
Sheamus is so fucking boring.
So you can't put him over. So who else do you put in there? Triple H. People naturally, like us, we're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's fucking Triple H.
Again?
And he's like, we know he's running the show.
Yeah.
Kayfabe is dead. We know he's running the show. So it's like, damn, like he's putting himself to be champion again. I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
And they love it. They like, yes, they hate it. This is what we wanted. Because they want the pursuit for Roman Reigns for people to care. They feel like they can make people care by giving someone that everybody knows doesn't deserve the title or the brass ring or whatever they call it.
Why do you think people don't like
Strap.
Roman Reigns?
I think because, for one, he's not a good talker.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Two, Roman Reigns is for kids. You know, my son does this. And the Superman punch. Like, he's for kids.
Yeah.
We're not kids, so we're not going to get it. But I guess he's good for business because of the physique and, you know.
He looks like the
And the
typical
girls
superstar.
like him.
The
and all
girls
that
like
shit,
him.
yeah.
Not to say that he's not a bad wrestler. But I think if he just came in on some Goldberg shit and whooped ass and just left, then people might like him more.
Yeah.
But when he start talking, it's like, oh, this nigga is corny as fuck.
And then that slogan, believe it or
As
believe
no
that,
one
that
believes
shit's the
it.
wackest
He
shit
needs
ever.
he need a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
If Paul Heyman was representing Roman Reigns, we would have a different conversation about Roman Reigns.
Because
You know?
is Lesnar? Have you heard
Lesnar's
Lesnar
not
talk?
a talker.
I'm just not
He
thinking about
can't, but he's not a good talker.
Yeah.
He's
just not.
He's not.
I mean, when Lesnar first came in WWE,
He was a brute.
He was a brute, but I loved him because any brute that could do a fucking shooting star
Oh my
press,
god!
you have to respect him in a whole nother manner.
When I first saw that, I lost my fucking mind. I thought
And he damn near broke his neck
He
when he
damn
did
near
that
broke
to,
his
to
neck,
Kurt
yeah.
Angle. You feel me? So that made him special. See, Roman Reigns doing a little pop-up that Shawn Michaels do when he's on his back is not enough to get somebody to be like, oh, I fuck with Roman Reigns. I mean, it's like, oh, shit, he's agile. He can do that. But he still needs some time. You know, like Seth Rollins, he's good.
My
he's
guy.
good.
Because he can talk.
He could talk mad shit.
Talks mad shit. Doesn't have the traditional wrestler look per se. But he still reminds you of a Shawn Michaels, of an Edge, of, you know, those kind of caliber guys. But it took some time.
Exactly.
Same with Randy Orton.
It took Edge
You
damn
know?
near a decade.
It took
Damn near
Randy
a
Orton
decade,
the
dog.
same amount of time. You know, this is another guy that came up under Triple H. Like, they spoon-fed Randy Orton.
Right.
They gave him the belt at 24. Fucking, he came under Triple H, Ric Flair, and Batista. Batista was still fairly new, but he was the Roman Reigns of that time, physique-wise. But I would still say he's the better wrestler. He's more entertaining to watch than Roman Reigns.
Oh
to
my
me,
God.
you know.
100%.
But it'll take Roman some time,
Yeah.
you know, because they want to give him that push and they want him to be great, but we're not letting it happen because he's not a good talker yet. And that's like, I think that's what's slowing him
You know
down.
who's my star of Royal Rumble? Dean Ambrose. I think Dean Ambrose pushed that night from the Kevin Owens match to
Both
the
of
fucking
them.
shit in the Rumble.
Both of them.
Yo.
I'm going with AJ.
AJ was really
I
good.
feel like they should have let AJ been like the last four
Man.
in the ring.
That was so... that caught me off guard. And I'm always reading gossip shit
I
here.
knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen at the Rumble, but I knew he was going to pop up somewhere. I thought it was going to be like a Bullet Club invasion. Like they was going to come, fuck everybody up, and leave. I thought that would have been dope.
Right.
Like how they did with the Nexus. But having him in and letting him fight Jericho.
That was dope.
You know, doing all of the other shit with him. I didn't really like Kevin Owens throwing him out. And I'm a big Kevin Owens
Me
fan.
too.
I think they can give him the strap at some point. But I felt like AJ should have had, that would have really gave him the push, being one of the last four in the Rumble. I thought that would have been cool, but
The pop was amazing. The whole crowd. Once he got in, the whole crowd was
WWE is smart. They was in Orlando, the home of TNA.
Yeah.
You know, those is a lot of fans that might have went to go see TNA for free. that see AJ pop up and it's like, oh shit, AJ Styles. I mean, for me, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not I never watch TNA.
Yeah.
I follow it because I follow wrestling and I want to know what's going on, but I would never dedicate a half an hour to TNA because I think the writing is bullshit and I just didn't like the ring setup for a long time. But I always knew AJ Styles was good from watching, you know, the YouTube ROH matches and the New Japan shit and all that type of shit. So I knew that he'll be able to get over. Now, will they give him some gold? Hopefully, eventually, maybe. But, you know, WWE has a way of ruining wrestlers sometimes too. So
Yeah, man.
you just gotta hope for the best.
That's how I feel like they're doing to Kevin Owens right now, man. Like,
He's
getting the
good.
master. He got the master
Yeah,
push.
but
he
he's
beat
good.
John Cena.
but Ziggler though, you saw that shit last week.
Ziggler lost. I feel like Ziggler is losing because he's too much of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
Dog.
And it's like, it's not like subliminal. It's like blatant. Even with the ring attire.
I love that guy. I think they need to like reform his like character because I definitely do think he's a lot like Shawn Michaels.
and
just
Billy
with the
Gunn
whole
too in a way.
And, yeah.
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn, yeah.
But the dude is talented. I'm watching
Yeah.
him at Royal Rumble. I'm just like, dog, these moves are he's executing flawlessly. I'm
I
like,
need
they
to work
got
for the writing staff. Because how you get Ziggler over is you make him beef with Cena. And not like out of nowhere, you know, everything is a storyline. He used to fuck with Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
You make it some fucking love triangle. You let them beef. You let it be real. And that's how I feel he'll get over. And maybe, you know, you might see a more aggressive John Cena. But one of them will have to play the heel.
Right.
So I would rather play Ziggler as the heel.
dog.
Because we liked Ziggler when he was there.
Yeah,
when he
definitely.
cashed in the Money in the Bank and all that. I was fucking with that.
And he was running around. He had remember he had his little crew. He had
Yeah, AJ and Big E.
Yeah.
Dog,
Yeah.
I think Ziggler can be a star. I just give him a chance because he's athletic as fuck, low key, man. Like he was doing some of these moves. I'm like, God damn, dog.
You know what ruined those? What like ruined the Ziggler or like who else is like in that abyss? Big Show
Yeah, Big Show is
taking out the second world title.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like impossible for some of these guys to get the belt
Yeah.
when there's other talent in there. I feel like when they had it separated and it was the world champion and the WWE champion, it's more of an opportunity for those guys to really get a shot because they didn't mind giving the world belt to anybody. That was just like
like whatever.
let's give it to Mark Henry this week. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, I remember when they gave it to Mark Henry. He beat Randy Orton, right? Yeah.
But I thought it was cool.
I thought it was great.
Because
I
I'm
was
like, fuck, Mark Henry got the world belt. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. You know, so I feel like they need to bring that back. Give it to Kevin Owens. Like, you know, let those
Exactly.
the Dean Ambroses of the world and all of them
They got
beef
some
war for that. And not do some title for title bullshit. You know,
Yeah,
that's how Del Rio got over. Because he
Yeah.
would have never got over with just one title. Ever.
Yeah, they got a nice wave of just like these in between people who were like, yo, they got some potential. Kevin Owens, Ziggler, Dean Ambrose. I fucking love Dean Ambrose. After the Royal Rumble, I used to hate him. Like, who's this fucking?
I fuck with Ambrose.
Like, who's this fucking nerd, man?
Yeah.
And I watched. I was like, oh man, this
proved
guy.
He's a mix of mad people.
Yeah.
That's why I fuck with him. He got like a little bit of Roddy Piper in him.
Exactly.
Little
He got some Stone
Cold-ish.
Cold in
Yeah.
him. And,
Yeah.
you know, he's like a hybrid of those guys. And he could wrestle.
Yeah.
And he could talk. So
Yeah.
that's what makes it even doper. But the NXT shit,
Woo! NXT, oh.
I think, wasn't we talking about that shit like last WrestleMania weekend?
We
the
talked about
NXT
that, yeah.
weekend in Brooklyn. Like, I miss NXT. But no, was it WrestleMania? SummerSlam. That's what it was.
Yeah, you're right.
Um,
When these girls fought, Sasha and
And Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
NXT has a next promotion kind of talent. Like, I feel like they can go up against WWE how TNA wants to go against WWE, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know if Finn Balor is good enough to talk on a microphone as a Seth Rollins, but skill set, I think they're the most skilled wrestlers in the world from NXT. the Finn Balor's, the Sami
Joe.
Zayn's. You know what's my tag team? Dash and Dawson.
That what the dude from New York,
Chad
Enzo.
Gable. Enzo Amari.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And what's my man Colin?
Gable and damn.
Chad Gable and my man
the dude that went to he played
fuck.
that tall dude, right? Big.
The shit is on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't get it out. But NXT has the talent.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like a lot of those guys is gonna end up coming in, and then what happens to the guys is there. You know, it's kind of fucked up. They're gonna have to bring that belt back because it's like a talent overload right now. And then when Cesaro and Randy Orton and all these guys start coming back, it's like, yo, what the fuck is going on with everybody else?
Yeah,
could be a lot of good programs, but they need to get that second.
And hopefully more promos too, because they're not doing. I feel like they're sticking more to wrestling as opposed to doing the skits and the promos.
NXT?
No,
I think
I
NXT is.
They're missing out on the promos?
No, they're doing good not having too many promos.
Oh, okay, because I feel like Raw needs some promos. Like
what? That shit is a big promo.
Like
the whole Raw is a fucking promo. Every time I turn around, they backstage or some in-ring segment.
Yeah.
It's not enough wrestling, I don't feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like at one point, like in December, I was just watching straight wrestling. I'm like, yo, where's the promo? Like, I'm like, yo, New Day kills it on the mic.
They killed it.
Very
New Day is like...
Shout out to Big E. That's my man.
Yo, Big E, yes, the homie right there. Big E.
Woo.
I'm so happy to see him. When we spoke to Big E, when we do the interview, this was at the time that New Day had just connected. So I was speaking to Joe Villain. They're like, yo, we'll give you, the New Day, Kofi and this and that. To me, at that time, that shit was not working. I was like, I don't really see it going.
I initially hated it.
It seemed kind of corny.
I initially hated it, but
I hated it
it's
too
just,
because they had no direction.
Yeah.
I was happy that they was together, but they was all faces at that point. So it was like, how you gonna turn them heel? They mad goofy.
Yeah.
But then when they turned them heel, and they got my man
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
as the mouthpiece. That shit is like, it brings you back to traditional wrestling because they got the free bird rule where it could be any two of them that you can go against, and then the other one is the odd man out. So I don't know. I like New Day for the sport.
They grew on me.
Cool.
They grew on me because initially I thought, I was like, dog, what the fuck is these guys? Why are they dancing like that? Like, why?
The dances is always questionable, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
and it's not what I look at wrestling, and I think it's all about the kids. It's not really about us. Those dances, we're not gonna perform those dances.
Yeah,
we're not gonna tease and play.
totally agree.
But the kids are gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like my sons, they're into that. Yeah. They're into the dances. They're into all the theatrics. Yeah. Like how, we would stomp to do the chin music. It's the same type of shit. So the dances work for the children. For grown-ups, it's like, yo, why is those grown-ass niggas moving like that? Like, niggas ain't supposed to be moving like that. But it's good for the kids, though.
And they're bringing a lot of hip-hop, like they name drop a lot of hip-hop stuff, which is great, man.
Big E listened to DZA and the Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah.
So you got to, you know that the palette for their shit is up because they in tune with the underground. So You know who I was surprised that was a huge hip-hop head when we did the interviews for WrestleMania for last year was Tyson Kidd. Really?
Tyson Kidd? Yo. All he listens to is Tupac on the headphones on his way to the ring. Yeah. I was
That's crazy.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Super interesting.
Do we like Dudley Boys being back? Because I love
the Dudley.
I love the Dudley Boys.
Conversation the other day.
I love the Dudley Boys. Like they're to me, my favorite tag team is Hardy Boys because they fucking I never seen shit before that. But I love the Dudleys just because they were amazing on the mic.
See, me and Wale had this conversation the other day, and I was watching them lose to like the Wyatts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, why are they letting them job them like that? Like, why the fuck are they jobbing? He's like, man, they brought them back to job. That's what they here for. I'm like, I'm tired of watching them lose, man.
Exactly.
I don't want to watch the Dudley Boys lose no more. But, like I said, the old guys got to put the young guys over. Yeah. So with them being around and putting over the Wyatts or Ascension or New Day or whoever it is, they serve a purpose for that. I really want to see Bubba Ray do the Bully Ray character.
Oh, yeah.
And just go straight for the singles run and beef with Brock Lesnar or beef with Kevin Owens. Like, I want to see
That'd be
those
nice.
programs.
That role that he in TNA was really good.
It rejuvenated his character.
Definitely.
It made him somebody that we didn't think he could be. Because
Yeah.
nobody will look at Bubba as a single star, you know. But he got that in him. I want to see that happen again.
Him versus Kevin Owens would be interesting because I feel like
That would be a good
Yeah, him
match.
versus Kevin Owens
That
would be
a
amazing.
good
I
match.
feel like that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that would
Just
be
fight.
amazing.
Just brawl.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Samoa Joe too. Him versus Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. I want to see all those matchups.
Yeah, man. So let's shift gears. It's a big weekend.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Still trying to figure out what Super Bowl party I gotta go to. Just need to know. But who do we got? Cam Newton and the Panthers, or we have Peyton Manning
And the
riding
defense of the Broncos is
riding off into the sunset with the championship.
Isn't fucking Cam Newton and them fucking undefeated or some shit like that?
They got like
They
two.
lost one game.
They got like two. They lost. I think they lost 2 games.
No, they lost one against the Falcons. That was it.
Nah, they lost. They're not 15-1. They're definitely not 15-1.
See, I was
No
telling
way.
Raj, like, I'm like,
Let me look it up.
I like football, but I don't catch up with it until around this time.
Right. Super Bowl.
You know, baseball ain't really my thing. I don't really give a fuck. I'm into wrestling and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But I follow football because my pops never really let me not follow football to know exactly what's going on lineage-wise. Just, I guess, schooling me to what's going on. But, I mean, Peyton Manning played for the Colts at one point. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like the man over there?
Yeah.
Then he got injured and went to the Broncos?
Yep.
I'm going with Cam Newton because I never saw the Panthers in the Super Bowl ever. And it's something new. You know, good quarterback.
Yeah.
Bringing a whole different level.
Bringing a whole nother excitement to the game, you know. I'm going with Cam and them. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, I gotta go with Cam, man.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight.
I feel like the Broncos may take this. You know why? Because I feel like Payne's gonna give him that speech of like, "Yo, this is gonna be my last game for real." And
think
these
so?
motherfuckers, yeah.
I think he's
it's
done.
really the rumor like that.
He's gonna be done.
It's his last game after this Super Bowl. So I feel like he's really gonna go in and be honest with them and be like, "Yo, this is really my last game," and you know, motherfuckers are gonna be inspired, and they're gonna be inspired. Yo, let's win this chip for this guy. So you know,
Well, I mean, you know, I like stories like this.
Yeah.
Shit like that, it makes it even iller.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Carolina could ever go back to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, you know, if this is going to be Peyton Manning's last game, I mean, it would be cool to see him go out on a high horse.
John
like
Elway. Yeah.
On some John Elway shit, you know?
It's gonna be a fight. I definitely think it's gonna be a lot closer than a lot of people think because the Broncos defense is really good,
Crazy.
really good. And they can match up against the Panthers, and the Panthers they can get at Peyton, who's essentially is a tree right now. He's no way he's moving around or ducking anyone. So it's gonna be a fight. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. Basketball. And man,
Get into it.
Who do you like?
should already know.
Who do you like in the All-Star? Who do you like in the All-Star? Who do you don't like that missed the All-Star?
Starter wise. Yeah, let's start with
Reserves. Yeah, reserves too. Like who you think got snubbed? I got a name for
All
you.
right, so let's name the starting lineup. We got LeBron, we got Melo, we got Paul George.
I think isn't Wade in there?
Nah.
Yeah,
not-
Dwayne Wade.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is he
D-Wade
starter?
And Kyle Lowry.
And Kyle Lowry.
All right, now it's in Toronto, so it makes sense. Kyle Lowry is a great point guard.
Yeah, he's a monster this year.
John Wall is having a good year. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the starting lineup, but it's not in Washington. So I guess I can't really be mad at that starting five for the East. There's no like traditional center, but then there's really no traditional center in the East. You can count Andre Drummond,
Right.
but
That man
I
is-
don't know if he's
that
gonna
man's
be able to
wildin'.
start over a Melo.
Yeah, you can't start Andre.
But the West, what we got? We got Steph Curry, we got Durant, Westbrook,
Kobe Bryant and
Kobe, and
Oh shit, who's that? Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
they might have a legit center.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Chris Paul? No. Anthony
might-
Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Is he in
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Anthony Davis is in it.
I'm not mad at those starting fives. And I don't know who's on the reserves.
You know
right
who
now.
I didn't on the East. Jimmy Butler deserves that starting spot
But over
over D-Wade.
Yeah, you fucking right. I'm not a Miami Heat fan. I respect D-Wade, but I think D-Wade had it easy.
Yeah.
I think, you had LeBron, you had Shaq. How could you not lose? How could you not
Right.
win? No, you got to when you got Shaq at the Hacker Shaq era, when you got 3 niggas on him, why would you not be open? It's 5 on 5. So if 3 people is on Shaq, then that means it's a bunch of motherfuckers open. And if you be able to fucking score, then that's easy. So I think D Wade got over playing with Shaq, and then he had LeBron and Chris Bosh.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's not like how they hard on Melo, where Melo had fucking JR and Shumpert.
Yeah.
And then before that, he had an aging Jason Kidd, an aging Rasheed Wallace, an aging Kurt Thomas. So maybe my fight is for Carmelo, because I feel like he gets the shit end of the stick all the time because he don't have another legit future Hall of Famer star that's playing with him in his prime. So it's harder for him to win. And D Wade kind of, it's D Wade.
Man,
I play for Pat Riley. Pat Riley's gonna make it easy for me. Yeah. Even right now, even though it's not that easy for him because the East got way more competitive.
Definitely.
But he got a great team.
Yeah, the East is good this year. East is legit this year. Like
we gonna lose though. Nobody's beating
the Warriors or the fucking Spurs. But you never know, man. You just never know.
Unless it's some injuries or some freight shit that happens.
Pacers looking kind of crazy right now.
Pacers?
Yeah. They're looking kind of good.
What's that young
rookie
kid?
Oh,
yeah,
Turner. Yo. He was blocking the shit out of LeBron the other day.
And didn't he get drafted like 18?
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
From Texas.
He's the Draymond Green of this draft.
He's
quietly.
Pacers looking kind of good. And then Paul George low-key back to being top 5 in the league,
he's
man.
Back. He's definitely back. He's definitely back.
He
got Monta Ellis.
Yeah,
he got a better team than he had last year.
They got a little
David
squad.
West and fucking Roy Hibbert.
Oh, Roy Hibbert! Wow,
Bulls
arguably may have the deepest roster on the whole East.
The Bulls,
yeah, their roster is stacked.
I think Joakim is hurt?
Yeah, Joakim is out.
Taj Gibson might be hurt. I think.
Mm-hmm. But they're gonna be healthy. Once they get healthy, they can go deep.
I like McDermott. I like fucking Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I like
I like that kid. What's the Russian dude?
Is Portis up? No, he's on.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
The other, it's a rookie that played for Chicago, big man.
I know what you're talking
about.
That's
he hooping. I just can't fucking remember his name.
I like that shooter they got. Is he number 44?
The guy with the beard, right?
The beard, yeah.
McDermott.
Yeah.
No. There's another one. There's another guy. He's European. I can't remember his name.
Shoots his lights out, man.
I'm high. I'm not a Chicago Bulls fan. I sit here and talk about the Knicks all day.
Man.
I want the Knicks to be in the playoffs.
It's all about Godzingis, man.
I want the Knicks to be in the playoffs, man. I'm hoping they get in. I'm like, who's the 7th, 8th spot? Is the Celtics and
we fighting? We
Orlando's in the mix. I know.
Get Atlanta out of here, man.
It's
I
like a
see
dog fight between Orlando, New York, Milwaukee,
Boston.
It's like we all in that bunched up little box that we trying to fight out of. I mean,
you see them making the playoffs, Knicks?
Hopefully.
I think they eventually will.
Well, we got a better record than last year. That's all I want.
Absolutely.
I mean, beggars can't be choosers. I go in every year saying we gonna take it, even when I know clearly we not. But I'm a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But I think we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah,
for real.
That's what matters. Past years we wasn't moving in the right direction. We're building our team off draft picks and veterans, and the Knicks have never even kept a draft pick before. So I like the direction that the Knicks is moving in with Phil Jackson and Derek Fisher.
Yeah, I think
cool.
I think they'll make the playoffs because I feel like Orlando will eventually, run that course to be done because they don't got no leaders. I mean, I like Oladipo.
Good.
I like Oladipo. I like the big dude.
Fournier is good.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris is good.
Yeah.
Herzonia It's good. I like Orlando.
They got a nice young squad.
They got a good little squad, but they don't have any experience.
Exactly. So I think that's gonna hurt them in the long end. Like the second half of the season, NBA gets old. That's a different level.
Isn't Shannon Fry over there too?
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if he's in the league. Honestly,
No, Shannon
he's
Fry's
still
around.
he's still balling.
He's still balling.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shannon Fry's around.
The Bucks is the most disappointing team in the league to me. They are so fucking talented, dog.
They not disappointing to me.
Man.
They young. They not supposed to win. They not supposed
Think
to.
They
about
so
it's
talented,
really
man.
Jabari's second season.
Yeah, and he's still blossoming.
Yeah.
And even MCW, he's still blossoming.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? I can't even pronounce his name.
The Greek Freak.
He's super good.
He's gonna be a problem.
But they not ready yet.
Nah.
No, Greg
They got
Monroe
another-
good.
Yeah, that's the guy.
But they not ready yet.
I need that one vet, man.
Greg
They got
Monroe's
OJ
the only
Mayo,
vet
right?
over there. And they had I
still
think they got
looking-
Karan Butler, but he might be on his way out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's out of here. And then who the other team? Celtics are good. Not
Celtics
them
are
one
Atlanta-
lie.
Atlanta is good, but they might
Celtics are good.
if they get rid of Jeff Teague or
Ooh, they give her a Jeff
Horford.
Teague, they're done.
I heard he might be going to Utah.
I heard he was maybe going to the Knicks.
We don't have enough assets. And then,
Jeff
that goes
Teague
back
to
to
the
our
Knicks.
old philosophy if we get Jeff Teague, because we got to get rid of a draft pick. And we got to get rid of Jerry and Grant. He's still a project.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ready to get rid of him. We just got rid of Tim Hardaway to get him. So it's like, the Knicks is in limbo. But
Who's
we'll
the Knicks
figure it
point
out
guard right now?
in the
Forgot.
draft- in the-
Calderon.
Jerry and Grant, and Langston Galloway.
Yeah.
Man,
I
if
like
y'all-
Galloway.
If y'all
He's
somehow
tough.
finesse to get Teague, because I think Teague is one of those players. He can be one of the best point guards in the league, dog. Because when he's on, this dude can ball.
He's definitely an all-star.
All right, man.
Definitely an all-star.
I love that guy game, man.
And he'll be good with the pick and roll with Porzingis.
Yeah.
Oh, Teague,
But I mean,
Teague,
I don't know, man.
Melo, and Porzingis. That's serious.
Aaron Aflalo.
Brandon I love Aaron
Aflalo.
Fowler's game. He's the glue. He keeps everything like,
Yeah.
I can get you this and this
Because
every
he
night.
play both ends. He
Exactly.
lock up. He can shoot.
That's
Look like he be talking to them niggas on the floor and they listen.
like, come on,
You know?
on. Is that good? Owens good? Dude with a beard? I be seeing him blocking the shit out of people every once in a while.
Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn.
He's from Jamaica, Queens. Yeah.
Oh.
I just be seeing him.
I feel like he's just a
there?
guy from Queens.
Nah,
that just-
I think he's good, but I don't know if he could find his way into this rotation. Because they still got Kevin Seraphin. It's still got Admonson. There's guys on the bench, big guys that we could utilize.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they fit the rotation with how the Knicks they trying to move. A lot of them just clog the paint.
Yeah.
They trying to do something different. So
Yeah, I'm watching a lot more Knicks game these years because my Nets are just completely abysmal.
Nets fan?
Oh my God.
damn, God bless.
Oh my God.
God bless.
It's fucking death. I think I'm gonna buy tickets because it's like $10 now.
Yeah.
Probably get
Groupon.
courtside.
$10 for a ticket?
Probably get courtside for like $100.
Yeah, Nets TNA of basketball right now. They're the TNA of New York.
So, are you gonna be at the All-Star weekend?
I don't really partake in the fuckery that much. Especially no disrespect to any of my Canadian fans, but if I'm not getting the bag, I don't got no business going to that border. Them niggas be on my dick. I probably watch the All-Stars from the crib.
Hey, man.
Good
Same
front
here.
row
I'm
seat
do the same fucking shit.
on my good 4K TV, and I'm going to act like I'm on the baseline. I don't even need to go through the border to go check them niggas out. Fuck all that,
So what you working on this year? What you got planned?
man. Well, by the time this is out,
This is out tomorrow.
this is amazing. So tomorrow, the pre-order for He Has Risen, my new EP, fully produced by Harry Fraud.
Nice.
That will be out tomorrow, and the first song we're gonna give the fans is Morals featuring Snoop Dogg. Actually, my only feature on the tape. So yeah, we're gonna be pushing that, and then after that, I've been working on this fucking album fully produced by Pete Rock. Trying to just cross off bucket list shit for me personally, and I got everybody that I looked up to but Jay-Z on my shit so far. So I think it's definitely in the right direction for where I want to go with my career, how I want to be viewed, who I want to talk about me. I'm sure I get a write up in this magazine because of that.
When is that dropping? When are you looking at?
I want to say around May, June, maybe.
Heat up the summer with that. Then.
Heat up the summer. Fucking I got I don't even want to talk about my features on there, but I got some shit.
Off record, they're crazy.
I got some shit, boy. But yeah, man, I'm
what
just
was
working
it
on
about
that.
P-Rock for you, Smoke, that you made you want to put this project together, man?
Well, I knew Pete over 10 years. It's just where I'm at in my career and, where he's at. It just makes sense for us to work. We worked on this record like 2 years ago for Funk Flex. Mm-hmm. And the chemistry was just there. And Pete is a guy that likes real MCs. Mm-hmm. And he likes to produce real MCs. So he took a liking in me with watching how I work and, how I rap. He really admires. And he was like, yo, let's do an album. Like, I want to produce the whole shit for you. Like, nice. Features? You want features? I mean, I know you get your own features. You got all the young cats, but who you want? Phone line, it's open. Phone's open. My phone book is open. You just go through the phone book and tell me who's in there. So I want to talk about the features so bad, man. But
I'm excited.
We'll talk about that.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna play some shit after we get off air for y'all, man.
I'm excited.
I want y'all to hear some shit. But yeah, man. I got some shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming out and speaking to us, man. This has been, like I said, one of my favorites.
Man, look, I've been doing podcasts all week. Before I got here, I just fucking me and my brother Shice Bubs. Check out Bubs World podcast. We did a podcast. I'm interested in doing my own wrestling podcast. Maybe I might have to get you guys.
We're in.
Because the podcast thing is lit right now. Yeah. I'm really feeling that. I could just talk and give my point of view, and people will listen for how many minutes.
Exactly.
Cool.
But yeah, this is one of my favorites too, man. I had a good time.
Thank you for swinging by.
It was good.
Definitely. Great wrestling conversation.
Great wrestling conversation. Amazing fries.
Amazing fries. Sitting here with the ghetto Gordon Soley. If anybody, if they got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for wrestling, and you need me on the lifeline, just give me 10% of your earnings, and I'll pick up my phone and I'll give you whatever you need. Yeah.
With that being said, this is Manny.
This is Roger.
This is DZA.
Thank you for listening to XXL Ante Up. All hip hop news, check back at XXLmag.com. We'll see you next week.
Yep.